We have to let her talk. Sorry, we have to.
So nice. That was incredible. Wow.
That's the loudest intro in the history of the Tonight Show.
You guys are the best.
They're the best crowd. Yeah, they're the best.
I feel like I'm back at the Eras tour.
Yeah. Let's talk. Life of a Showgirl is out now. It went to #1. It is the biggest streaming day for any album released this year across all platforms, including Amazon, Apple, Spotify, every platform, #1. Congratulations.
That's all you guys.
How does it feel to have this out in the world?
I mean, I'm so excited about, like, this was sort of a surprise and a secret that I had been carrying around for a year, and I was so excited. It's like when you're like, I got a really great Christmas present from my brother, and but you have it for a year.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's really exciting that, you know, they have opened the present and they are playing with the toy. It's fantastic. Like, this has just been, like, I think the most well-matched era in terms of where my life was when I wrote it and then where I am now when it's out in the world. I feel exactly the same way as I did when I wrote and recorded these songs. It's like...
Because sometimes you put out an album.
Sometimes you write, like, the Torture Poets Department. Like, the name didn't lie. I was like, I wrote that song and I was just, like, miserable.
Yeah.
And then when I put it out, I was like, I'm so happy now. So I just, like, release week meant just, like, putting my phone in a drawer, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, this feels so special because, like, with my albums, I love to kind of, you know, showcase sort of like aspects of my personality that are in the extreme, right? Like Torture Poets Department, my last album, was really highlighting the facets of me that are like a writer that's like earnest and stoic and raw, and sort of like the sprawling part of it, where the part of me that wants to just be like, I'm just gonna write everything and give you everything I wrote.
Raw.
Right? Raw and like pain and just excruciating detail. And then there's this, like, that was the character of the poet, and this I wanted to be the character of the showgirl, which is like other aspects of a person's personality where you're like funny and feisty and like having a blast and flirty and sort of tongue-in-cheek and a little scandalous and
We're feeling all of it. By the way, I have to say, because I'm getting blinded, congratulations on your engagement.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
Can I see?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my Lord, can we look just at Taylor, that is insanity.
That's crazy.
He put a lot of work into that one.
He did, and he had it for a really long time before he gave it to me too.
He did?
Yeah, so he had it, like, he custom did this and designed it with this amazing jeweler who he made it with.
It's gorgeous. Even the sides are beautiful.
I know. I know. I look at it constantly. Like, it doesn't feel in any way normal for me. I'm just sort of like, oh, man. Whoa. But it's like, it's more than that. It's like, he's just my favorite person I've ever met. No offense to everyone else.
Yeah.
But the fact that this is the person that I get to hang out with every day forever is just like, that's the whole thing of it. You look at that and you're like, I get to hang out with him forever, and this represents that.
That's the win, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know that you did his podcast, New Heights, which, by the way, I have done, and since I've done his podcast, they've won every game.
Yeah, you know what? Don't think I didn't notice that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so
I don't want to thank you, and I don't want any credit. Let's just act like it didn't happen.
Let's not jinx anything. Let's sort of. But
it did happen.
It did happen. We have to acknowledge certain superstitious, things that cause a streak of winning.
Yes, and
my head is very much there.
Yes, you are.
So thank you for acknowledging that.
No, I was going to bring up the podcast only because you did the podcast to announce and reveal your album title.
Yes.
And then after that podcast, I think I'm right about this. It might be another rumor about you, but he went and you got engaged right after the podcast.
Yes. So basically, I think for Travis, the podcast was just sort of like a distraction, sort of ruse to keep me not looking out the windows of the house.
To true? It was all happening? Was the backyard normal when you got there?
Like, I don't... Every time he does the podcast, it's not like he blacks out all the windows. It's like there's fully just blackout drapes on every single window of the whole house.
Yeah, you're like, honey, this is real secretive.
So serious about this, and I really appreciate that. But then afterward, I kind of realized he's walking around sort of nervous about the podcast. He's like, my heart is racing. I know how much this means to you. Really want this to be what you hoped it would be, because we've been talking about doing the podcast and announcing the album.
Yeah.
And he's like, my heart's racing. And I've never seen this dude nervous. Ever.
Of course he's not nervous about the podcast. He's like,
not a nervous person.
He's like, I wonder what questions I'm going to ask you. I know one question. I know the big one. But I can't go for that yet.
Yeah, I was like, and so he was like, do you want to go and just walk around the backyard and have a glass of wine? I'm like, I'm always going to want to do that.
That's always that.
And then I realized exactly why all of the windows were curtained and why he was nervous. And
yeah, look at this
right here. It was the best possible case scenario. Look at that. That's what he was turning the backyard into. Like a secret garden.
You've had a giant year. A lot of things to celebrate. You have the #1 album. You've got engaged. You also finally got the masters. You control all of your... That's a lot of...
The Roots know.
Yeah.
Amir knows. We're all just out here in this crazy, insane music industry, and the fact that this happened still feels absolutely outlandish to me, because I kind of had made peace with the fact that I was going to re-record my music. I was going to try to replicate these songs as accurately and exactly as possible, and that was just what I was going to do, because nobody had ever given me the opportunity to bid on my work before. So I was used to feeling, whenever I would see one of my music videos that I'm really proud of from those first 6 albums, or when I would see an album cover of mine, or hear one of the older songs, I'd get so sad, and I had to sort of create this protective layer of not really letting them in, not really oh, there's one of my music videos, don't really look at it, don't get sad, don't let it ruin your day.
Because you don't own it, someone else
you don't own it, you never will, and you just have to make peace with that. So it's actually, I've had to reroute my entire absorption system of my own work to be just stoked whenever I see any of it, and it's the best feeling in the world. Yeah. Thank you guys for caring about this at all.
Listen to it all.
Yes.
Love it all. And next time you hear it, you go, I remember where I was when I recorded it. I remember where I wrote it.
Yes.
I remember,
and now you get to go back down memory lane.
But then that you re-recorded it was also historic and cool.
That was really fun. I had a lot.
That was awesome what you did.
It really was fun. And it was I know that these are not conversations that have typically been had outside of, behind closed doors, conference room, contract negotiation, sort of inside the music industry type spaces. And the fact that when I did say to the fans, this is something I care about, I know you don't have to care about this. It may not be something that you have really absorbed yourselves in, or but the fact that the fans cared, it means the world to me. I know that it was a new topic of conversation to share publicly. Every artist doesn't have to care about owning their music, but I just wanted them to know that this is a thing. And if you do care about it, negotiate to have it.
Get in there. And you're already doing it. You're inspiring thousands of artists to do that.
Yeah.
And it's really, really cool that you did that, and that you were honest and let us in kind of a little peek behind the curtain of what the business is. We don't...
huge peek behind the curtain. I was just all the monsters came out.
I thought we could do something kind of fun here. Because you're Taylor Swift and you make a lot of headlines, there's a lot written about you on the internet every day. Some of it is very hard to tell what's true, and I thought we could have a little fun with this.
All right.
Okay, so what I'm going to do I'm going to read some rumors that I heard about Taylor Swift.
Wait, so what is this for?
It's just because it looks cool.
What this does and when I am supposed
yes.
to...
Well, you're supposed to press it. Wait, no, not yet. But I think you press it when we're all done. I'll go back through every rumor and you press it if that one is true.
So you're going to say things that are true and false, and you're going to... Are you...
No,
I'm like two truths and a lie where you guess?
Yes. Oh, I can do that.
Yeah. So you...
Oh, I like that.
We're basically...
One of these I know...
Playing two truths
I heard
and a lie.
that... Yes.
So,
yes.
And so
one of these is true.
One of these things are true, but everything else is false.
That's correct. All right, here we go. Taylor Swift, you turned down the Super Bowl halftime show because the NFL wouldn't allow you to own your performance footage. Okay. We're going to go through this 5 rumors. Interesting. Rumor 2. Your close friend, Ed Sheeran, learned about your engagement like everyone else did on Instagram. That would be great if that's true. Rumor 3. In your speech at Selena Gomez's wedding, you joked that Selena beat you to the altar. That's funny, I think, and I know you're funny. I could see that happening. Rumor 4, you've been spotted walking a mystery dog in Florida. This is true. This is on the internet. You were walking a dog that's not your dog, and it's a mystery dog. And by the way, I think that might be the true one, but who knows? Travis Kelce can be heard harmonizing on Opalite. All right, I said 5 rumors about you. One of them is true.
And you are guessing now which one you think is the true one, and what happens if that is not true.
If I'm correct.
Do I get to throw a marker?
No.
Nothing
How about this?
happens.
Or what if it's true, then you hit the buzzer?
Okay.
Right? So
I just sit here.
Well, hopefully I'll get the right one. What if I'm correct?
Okay, yeah, you could get it first.
Or we can run through the room. Let's do that. Then we could maybe run through the rumors and see why the rumors.
This is the most incredible.
What are the rules of this game?
You've never played 2 truths and a lie, so you basically guess.
But I don't know if there are 2 truths. I think there's one truth.
There's one truth and
this
a
is
bunch
called 4
of
lies
falses.
and a truth.
Okay, so I should have this if it's false.
Okay, or you hit that if it's false.
There's more of a chance that it's going to be false if there's one truth in there than there's more, and I love a buzzer.
Okay. You can take this home with you. All right.
And if it's true, I'm sorry I've taken this over.
No, I love it.
But if it's true, I could say, that's true.
All right. All right, the name of this game is called That's True.
Okay, cool. Or you could call it That's So True, which is my favorite Gracie Abrams song, and then you could play it on a default.
That's so true.
Okay, cool.
All right. I'm going to say the rumor that I think is true. Super Bowl, I don't think that you would, about footage or something that was too, you don't care about that.
So you...
Wait, hold on. I'm going to say my truth. I think my truth, Ed Sheeran is funny.
Wait.
But I think you're closer to him. Hold on. I didn't guess when I say this is the truth.
You're working through this in your inner monologue that we're hearing a little bit of.
Correct.
Okay. I love that.
I'm working my inner monologue out loud.
Yeah, it's like,
It's not mystery dog.
Your process is your process.
It's not mystery dog. Travis can be heard harmonizing. I don't think he would want to do that. I think he would want you to have your moment to shine. The Selena Gomez one, I feel like that's funny. And I feel like you say, hey, you beat me to the altar. I'm going to say Selena Gomez is true, that you were at Selena Gomez's wedding, you joked, hey, you beat me to the altar.
It's false.
What is the rules? Wait, what are the rules of the game? The game is not as false. The game is, it is, what is the game called?
I don't know.
Sorry, that's false?
Yeah.
So you never said
false.
that?
Well, I got to see her be the most elegant, gorgeous, not only bride, but just vision that I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anything so beautiful as her on her wedding day. I love her. And she deserves...
And Benny.
All of this happiness. Benny is him.
The best.
He is so funny.
He's the best.
He's the best. So I did make a speech, but I actually made a point not to mention anything about my engagement. Nobody wants you to be like, hey, I know that this is your wedding day, but like, you know, like I was like, don't
it's not
mention it.
about
Like,
you.
maybe turn it around. Like,
It's all,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is her day.
I did do some light teasing about the way that we used to dress in 2008, the year that we met. Because we met when we were teenagers in 2008. It was quite a year. Let me tell you, it was the year of deep, deep V-necks.
Was it deep?
I just go into the Gilded Age.
Deep. Oh,
I love the Gilded Age.
me too. The
Don't
Gilded
even
Age.
get me
Oh,
started. Terry It was the year of aggressively colorful skinny jeans. Everyone was walking around saying things were amazeballs. Mrs. Astor hated it.
Oh, God, that nailed it right there.
So basically, Selena used to, like, her favorite outfit back then was like a very long tank top, skinny jeans.
They know it.
But like a tiny little vest. Like the smallest vest. And chucks. And that was her, like, uniform of that year. And mine was that I just always looked like I was, like, late for the cowboy-themed junior prom. And so I talked a little bit about 2008. I talked about how happy I am for her and how just beautiful it's been to get to be a part of her life, but I did not make it about me.
Okay, good. All right, then I'm going to have my second guess here, and I'm going to say, I think it'd be funny if Ed Sheeran learned about your engagement on Instagram.
That's so true. Perfect explanation.
Oh, no.
He doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have a phone.
Did he write a whole album about an old phone that he had or something?
But he doesn't have one that works.
Yeah, true. That is true.
So he doesn't have a phone, and this is like one thing I love about him. It's very eccentric. Love it. But when I'm going through being like, hey, like, you know, hey, who
all
should we call? Who should we FaceTime? I'm going through my texts and being like, who have I texted within the last, like, month of my life? And he just wasn't there because you have to, like, how
do you get a hold of him, the bat signal?
You have to email him, and then you want to set up a FaceTime, and he has to find an iPad. They have to give it to him like he's a child that they give the iPad to.
Yes, and he watches an episode of Bluey, and then...
This is one of my absolute favorite people on the planet. And
I know, that's why I didn't get
that. And then when the news came out, I was like, oh my God, we forgot to call Ed. Oh no.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, he's like family. Like, I love him, but he doesn't have a phone.
So that is the true one. So you didn't turn down the Super Bowl because of performance footage?
No.
Okay. And
no. Well, here's the thing. Like Jay-Z has always been very good to me.
Yes.
Our teams are really close. Like, it's like they sometimes will call and say, how does she feel about...
Yeah.
And that's not like an official offer or an official or like a conference room conversation.
It's just
like, our teams are really close. How does she feel about it in general? And we're always able to, like, tell him the truth, which is that, like, I am in love with a guy who does that sport on that actual field. Like, that is violent chess. That is gladiators without swords. That is dangerous. The whole season, I am locked in on what that man is doing on the field. Can you imagine if, like, he's out there every single week, like, putting his life on the line, doing this very dangerous, very high pressure, high intensity sport, and I'm like, I wonder what my choreo should be.
Oh my God, honey, let me have one thing. Let me have one thing.
I think we should do 2 verses of Shake It Up into Blank Space, into Cruel Summer would be great. Like, it's just like, this is nothing to do with Travis. He would love for me to do it. I'm just too locked in.
Good.
Like, yeah.
All right. Love hearing that. All right, and then Travis not harmonizing on Opalite.
He's not.
No. And you've not been spotted walking a mystery dog in Florida. That was an odd one.
I have never walked a dog in Florida, or maybe ever.
But the internet is saying you have. That's why I wrote it down.
I know. I didn't do that, though.
It's not true. All right, there you go.
They should be able to run free. Let them free. Let them loose, right? They come back.
Loose, yeah.
They come back. That's the cool thing about dogs.
All right.
You call them and they just come back. They come back to you.
That's not true at all. And I'm going to call it.
You love your dog.
Let him free. That's not true at all. Let it roam.
You too.
Let it
It'll
roam.
come back to you.
All right. We're going to take a commercial break. In the meantime, I'm going to call Ed Sheeran and say hi to him. Check in. Guys, thank you for doing that. More with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift! Your number one album, you're also number one at the box office over the weekend with the official release party of A Showgirl. Congrats on that
Thank
as well.
you.
That's something different. And in that, you also debuted the video for The Fate of Ophelia. Great video.
Thank you so much.
Every fan is looking at little Easter eggs, and I was, me too, and I'm looking at everything like, it's just brilliantly done. It's gorgeous. It looks like, were you starting in a museum, or is it, what is it based on?
It's the Hollywood Theater. It's like, we wanted it to seem sort of like an ambiguous theater where you would go and see all different types of performance. So you might see a Shakespeare production, you might see ballet, you might see a concert, and then we obviously we're referencing the John Everett Millay painting of Ophelia in both my album cover and in this music video, which it kind of becomes a plot device.
But it's so beautiful because it looks like nothing's all like painted, but it's like, nope, now it's three-dimensional, and now you're standing, you're not, I'm like,
yeah,
go.
That's what we were calling the breaking of the parallax, right? So like if you're,
Wait, that's the name of my next album.
Yeah, right? That's such a great album title. Oh my God, The Breaking of the Parallax. Oh my God.
Yeah, I gotta steal that one.
Yeah, Critics' Choice across the board.
Breaking of the Parallax.
So basically a parallax is if you're looking at something, almost like a diorama. You're looking at it from one angle and it shows a picture, but if you were to come around the side, you'd see that it's different layers that are creating it. So that's that first scene when you're going and looking at this and it looks like a painting from front on. As soon as you turn, you see that we're backstage.
It's well done. I love it.
Thanks.
I love it. Got me right in there.
Thank you.
I was like, yeah, and I love that. I love the diving in.
Yeah, so
it's like, was that a shout out to the Eras tour, maybe?
Absolutely. And so essentially, we also wanted it to kind of hint at the Eras tour because each scene is one take. So we have either a steady cam or a crane operator camera, and it's not like you switch to this angle, you switch to this angle, we cut here, we go wide, we're medium.
One take.
It's one take, and so that felt more like the energy of a performance when it's make it or break it. It's this moment, you hit your marks or you don't.
Wow.
And so that was really fun to have that energy going and to be in rehearsals again with that entire group of people that I had with me on the Eras tour, and they're all in the music video, and it just felt like this joyous reunion.
And then there's a reference to Kitty.
Yeah, so there's a scene marker that comes down in front of one of the scenes in one of our sort of transitions, and it says starring Kitty Finley, and there's a fictional character named Kitty in The Life of a Showgirl, the song, that's just this character who you meet. She's up on stage, she's doing, you realize, I want to do what she's doing. She inspires you, and then when you meet her, she warns you against doing it, which I think is something that may have happened to anyone who said that they wanted to go into music. People who are in it will tell you how hard it is, and how chaotic it can be, and just how cutthroat. But if you love it enough, you'll do it anyway, and you'll take what comes with it.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's that name, but it's also it's also the name of my mom's Great Dane.
Okay, there you go. That's
which is important to my mom, so it's important to me.
Yeah. By the way, we love you, Mom.
Yeah.
Your mom's the best.
Yeah, she's absolutely the best. And she is absolutely the best. And then her mother, again, my mom. Her mother is named Marjorie Finley. That was my grandmother.
So Kitty.
So that's where Finley came from. And all signs lead back to... Yeah.
She's the greatest.
She is.
I do love her. And I did see a sourdough cameo in there as well.
Yeah, there's a sourdough bread cameo. I have become the most annoying person that anyone knows about the topic of bread. It's like, I have these like baking or cooking obsessions where like my recent obsession, whatever it happens to be, becomes my entire personality. It's all I can talk about. I have to actually stop myself from talking about bread at parties. Because people don't.
You baked me a bread, and you begged me not to bring it out here.
I did bake you a bread. And
I baked you a bread.
I baked you 2 loaves, and then I said, if you bring it on TV, people are going to be like, she won't stop.
It's too much.
But I can't stop.
It's too much. No.
I think I need to move on to accoutrement of bread, jams and such.
Oh.
I think it could get even like jams and
jellies,
chutneys.
Wow!
Can you imagine
the world
at a party talking about
chutneys? Oh my God! Oh my God! I can't wait.
Yeah, they're like, avoid that girl.
No, I love it.
She's like written some bops, but she is boring.
I want to hear about chutneys next time you come on.
She'll put you in a verbal headlock about her sourdough starter, and you will have to claw yourself out.
I cannot wait to have it, and thank you so much for being so generous and always doing those extra. You always go extra. You're just amazing.
You do too. I want to say that about you. That's why everybody loves to come see you. You do extra. You give us a buzzer. You play a game with us that has no rules. And you make this so fun for us to come and talk about the work that we made, that we worked so hard on and love, and you listen to it and you like actually care about what we make. Everybody who comes on this show loves you.
Thank you, Beth.
Yeah.
Thank you, Beth. You did it.
Keep going.
You did it.
Keep going.
You got me.
Yeah.
You got this cold heart to get emotional. Let's play another game.
Yeah.
All right, this is a fast game. This is a fast game.
Where's the buzzer?
No buzzer in this one. There's no buzzer. This one is the game of lasts.
Okay.
So it's like the last blah blah blah. The last thing you blah blah blah.
So I just say the last thing I did.
Yeah, just
There's no lying.
talking game. You can play it anywhere. You can play it in the car with your friends. Look, I'm driving.
I love
Look
it.
at me. I'm
This
driving.
is
Here we
great.
go. All right, this is the lasts, and this is gonna go super fast.
Cool.
Last person you texted.
Selena.
Last concert you went to.
The Eras Tour Vancouver back in December of last year.
Wow. Last TV show you watched.
Oh, there's 2.
Tell me.
I'm on right now.
Gilded Age?
That's...
No, different.
I love it,
Me
but that's
too.
not the last one I did. The Girlfriend is a good one, and The Paper is a good one. Yeah.
Last movie you saw.
Last movie is... One Battle After
Yes!
Another. My God.
Great.
My God.
Yes, it was great.
Chase Infinity, Tiana Taylor.
Yes,
how are they going to split the Oscar in half?
I don't know.
We will see.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean
so
Penn.
funny. Benicio, they were so funny. Leo was
Johnny
hilarious.
Green with the soundtrack.
The fact
score,
that when you hear that theme each time,
Scared.
it makes you feel something different every single time.
Yeah, I love it too.
And we are so lucky to be alive at the same time as Paul Thomas Anderson.
There you go. Come on. I agree.
He's just it's crazy that he is just out here doing that. He's writing it, he's directing it, he's existing on this higher level that we get to watch. Anyway, that was the last movie I watched.
Last fall-related activity you did.
I baked cinnamon rolls the other day. That means it's here.
Yes, it's here.
It's here.
This is the season.
Yes.
Yes. Last song of your own that you listened to, not on the new album.
Oh, okay. So I have this tradition when the eve before I have a new album that comes out that starts a new musical era, I listen to the entirety of the last album that I made. So I listened to Tortured Poets Department to say goodbye to it. And I do it every time.
I love
every
that.
night before a new album comes out.
I didn't know that. I love this game. Last song of any artist that you listen to.
Tate McRae has a great new song called Tit for Tat. You gotta listen to it. And I full volume over and over again on repeat.
All right, love that.
So good.
Finally, the last person you said, and baby, that's show business for you too. I don't say it often.
I'll say it now. That's show business for you.
Yeah, no, I'll take it. I'm the last person. I read that one. This is the life of a showgirl missing out. What do you think about playing some of the songs? What do you think about playing some of the songs together and sharing some stories behind them?
I would love to.
Let's do that after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Taylor Swift is joining us. The life of a showgirl is out now. I thought it'd be fun to maybe go through some of the tracks here on the album of Life of a Showgirl and maybe share the inspiration behind each one.
Yeah, I would love this.
Is that fun?
So this is our podcast.
It kind of feels like, yeah.
I love this.
It's kind of like a loose...
It's like the second podcast interview I've ever done. I'm very excited.
I'm honored.
The first one.
Yes, this is good. Okay, good. I'm very excited. And whoever the other person's podcast you did, don't get mad at me, okay? There's room for two of us, to have podcasts. All right, okay. Opalite, let's start with that one.
All right.
Okay, let's start. I'm gonna play it first, and then we'll talk about it. Here, let's give it a taste.
My God.
Come on, wow.
You have like 6 minutes to learn all the words that you've done. That's unbelievable.
That's kind of amazing.
Oh, that's
Everyone in the audience knew every lyric.
That was beautiful.
Song that's not even really on the radio yet.
No,
wild.
This is beautiful.
Let's talk about Opalite. I don't even know if I know what Opalite is.
Opalite is man-made opal.
Okay.
So just like they can do man-made diamonds, they can do man-made opal, and I thought it was kind of a cool, it was like interesting imagery and a cool metaphor for life isn't always going to give you what you want. You're not always going to get your way. You're going to get your heart broken. Things are going to happen to you. Chaos will ensue. But you have to pick your own happiness. You choose it. Like, it doesn't always choose you. It doesn't always just show up knocking on your door. You have to sometimes make your own happiness, just like men-made opal.
Wow.
But it's like, but also there's also like gemstones in the chorus, like onyx, night. Now the sky's opalite. Just trying to kind of put gemstones in the chorus to.
How do you come up with this? Like, do you just wake up in the middle of the night and go, opalite?
Yeah. That's literally how it happens.
And you write it down?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's in the night, it's in the day, as well as the afternoon and the evening. All the times.
All the time.
That I am.
Have you written something earlier today?
No. No, I am.
You're busy.
I'm just vibing. This is
good.
the releasing of this album. Like, I'm just riding this wave. It's like this song is exactly how I feel right now, and it's just kind of like amazing to hear you guys sing it like that. That was pretty.
All right. All right. How about wish list? All right. Come on. By the way, I love this. Sing every song. You guys sound fantastic.
You really do. It's not just that you know the words. You actually sound gorgeous.
Tell me what the song's about, and I'll tell you what sticks out in my head.
Okay, so this song, the chorus, I kind of designed the chorus to be, and you gotta just like go with me here. You know in Happy Gilmore when he has his happy place?
Yes.
And that's where he goes when he's really stressed out or the world's really getting him down, and he's really going through it.
Yes.
And he just goes to this place in his mind, and that's his happy place.
Yes.
Like that chorus, I just wanted a chorus like that basically shows you what mine is and sounds exactly how mine would sound. Like, this is utopia for me. That's where I go when I'm stressed out. Is that fantasy? And
basically all you want is you. That's your wish.
It's you're saying that to the person that you're with, like.
Yes.
And you're saying, that you want this, you want to build a life with them, and you want it to feel like home, and like.
But that's what you do with your lyrics. You're such a great artist and a writer, and
that's so sweet. No, thank you.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm that person, but I don't mean to be that person. But
I love hearing that.
Basketball hoop in the that's the one that gets me. I know exactly where we are.
Yeah, like I learned about sports for this man.
Yeah.
I love them. I don't want to do them, but I love watching them. I could see,
Yeah. Someone doing them, yeah.
Yeah, people do them. It's
People
great.
do
I'll
them.
watch them.
You will watch
that.
them, yes. But you go for it. You
I
do
love
it.
it.
Yeah, I love it.
Do them.
Yes, do that.
Do that.
Should we transition to wood? W-O-O-D, by the way, if anyone's watching that,
Yeah.
W-O-O-D, like wooden, yes,
Okay,
wood.
yeah.
Here we go, this is wood. All right, now this great, all these are great tunes. By the way,
Thanks.
do you come up with tunes before, for this exact song? Did you go, ba-na-na-na-na-na-na?
No, so I brought this into the studio and I was like, I want to do sort of like do a throwback kind of timeless sounding song, and I had this idea about like, I ain't got to knock on wood, and we would knock on wood, and it would be all these superstitions, and it really started out in a very innocent place. You know, it started out like, I don't know what happened, man.
It went off the rails.
I got in there, we started vibing, and I don't know how we got here, but I love the song so much.
It's perfect the way it is. Let's go into the life of a showgirl. Ooh! Like when you do that, you go, that's the ending. That's the ending. Like, oh my God, I'm on up.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because I've been writing this album to be around the themes of show business and a public life, and because honestly, we all have a public life now. We all are mandating our
Social
relationship with
medias and things.
social media and social circles and gossip, and so I was like, I want to focus on sort of like the playful, funny, humorous sides of that. And so we'd been dealing with kind of themes like that and sprinkling those throughout the record, but I had it in my notes, just, you don't know the life of a showgirl. I just had that in my notes written down, and I was just like, I gotta figure out how this fits in, and all of a sudden this song comes together, and the first thought I had was Sabrina Carpenter.
She knows, maybe.
Quintessential showgirl.
Yes.
She is such a funny person. She is so tough in the right ways and soft and vulnerable in the right ways to be an artist that is dealing with the kind of just absolute mayhem that gets kind of these artists get subjected to when you're putting out art publicly. And I was so happy that she wanted to sing that second verse, because I kind of wrote it for her, the sort of like, she's just this like sort of like, she was a menace, the baby of the family in Lenox. Her father whored around like all men did. Her mother took pills and played tennis. I was like, I just know she's going to have fun singing this. It's kind of her type of lyric. She just loves to write like a clever little jab at men.
Is there many people, there's not that many people that you can actually relate to on this level?
I mean, that sounds sad, but it's actually like you just kind of find your people, and even if it's not about relating to people, like I can't really relate to the pressure that Travis is under out there on the field. Like I've never had 300-pound men running at me, trying to hurt me. You know what I mean? And the same way that with Sabrina, I've never come up as a new artist in the moment that she's coming up, where she's had social media. Like I remember when someone told me about Instagram, and it was like on my second or third record. Like, so I'll never be able to relate to their experience. We'll never be able to have identical experiences, but as sort of entertainers, one of our main jobs, I think, is to be a mirror for people. You look into the art we make, you see yourself back. The way you feel about our art has a lot to do with the life experience that you're having at this point in time, and that's why I'm so happy I have so many different albums. Like, people will come up to me and be like, I didn't get Reputation. I didn't understand what that was like. Now, 5 years later, it's my favorite record, or, Evermore, or something like that. And it is like the fun of it for us to create a mirror for people to look into. I definitely think that Sabrina and every other artist out there doing this can relate to that. So in that way, I do feel like we all can relate to each other.
Interesting. That's good. Father figure. Yes.
Man, like, that song was so much fun to write. So it's like, protege, mentor, and the relationship between the two, right? And the power dynamics and sort of the idea that the power could flip and somebody could betray somebody. That's so fun to write. And this is written from the perspective of the mentor, to the protege. Yeah. But because I kept thinking about that scene in Succession where Logan looks at his kids and says, "I love you, but you are not serious people." And I think about that scene constantly. I just think it's one of the coolest scenes ever. And I was like, I want to write a song that has that energy of sort of Logan Roy being like, you bit the hand that fed you, and you do not possess the vernacular to be doing this. But I also really have completely related to the protege perspective in so many of these situations, right? Like, I relate to the younger one. Like, when I'm listening to this song, even though it's from the perspective of the father figure character. That's why I like this song so much.
And you always find a way to go, like, wait, did she just say that? Did she, rewind that for a second. Did she just say, deal with the devil? Yeah.
It's entertainment.
Yes.
It's my one job. But, the spice level on this album is high.
Yeah, it is. I think it's as spicy as yet.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. This one is Elizabeth Taylor, who... I love Elizabeth Taylor, but let's just play a little bit of Elizabeth Taylor. All right. Another one. Another banger.
Thanks.
Elizabeth Taylor. Why Elizabeth Taylor? What is the connection?
I love Elizabeth Taylor. I love her so much. She is like, I think, the ultimate sort of icon role model that I look to when I look at somebody who had like immense pressure on them, was like extremely like scrutinized everything she ever did. She kept making more and more daring art. It's almost like the more polarizing people were about her, the more she just kept like doing even more challenging roles, taking bigger risks. And she's like out here like at the height of whatever, scrutiny she may have been under, and the height of her fame, she's like winning Oscars and not letting anything kind of stop her from doing it for the reasons she'd always done it. She was so funny. She used humor as like a device against sort of anybody who had like any of her detractors or whatever. Like, I've done that with songs like Blank Space, when people are like, oh, you're man-eating serial dater. And I just would be like, oh, let me write a song from that perspective. That's hilarious. So I think you have to be able to combat negativity with humor. That's my favorite thing about her. I just wanted to make a song that felt like as luxurious and glamorous as she was in sort of the verses and the bridge. We had a harp. We pulled out all the stops for her.
Harp. I love getting a harp on a track.
Yeah.
Come on. Bring back. No, she's just glamour and fun, and I just love everything about Elizabeth.
Everybody should be obsessed with Elizabeth Taylor.
Yes. How about we do one more? Can we do Fate of Ophelia?
Yes!
Fate of Ophelia, how did you come with "You're dreaming of"?
That was, let me tell you the rush I felt when I thought of that.
Great!
It was the same feeling that I felt when I thought of "Can't You See, You Belong With Me."
Really?
Yes. Sometimes when you like...
dreaming of... Oh, it's so good! I'm like...
So fun. It's just like... Thank you for acknowledging that melody. Yeah, that was a big one for me.
That's a good belter, and it's like, it's just fun to sing along with.
It was so fun, and it was also just sort of like we wanted to take just like different tones of speaking, like almost different time periods of the way that people used to speak. Like there's certain like Shakespearean kind of ways of phrasing things and terminology, and like "'tis locked inside my memory and only you possess the key." But there's also like "pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes." Like we wanted to kind of blend like now and then and try to juxtapose those together in a way that hopefully works. Yep. But I love this song so much. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of the video. We had such a blast. Just this whole process of this song coming out into the world, and I see people like dancing to it online, and they're absolutely crushing it.
Yes.
Like, it is unbelievable.
I watched like 100 of them this morning, trying to learn.
It's amazing, and like it just is. It's so fun to have fun, and I really appreciate you guys having fun with me.
We're totally having fun with you. We're having so much fun with you. I can't thank you enough for always remembering me and coming back to the show, and for keeping it 100. I appreciate that. Is that an Easter egg, by the way?
That's a lyric in the song.
Okay.
So yes. Yeah, so it's a lyric.
If it's a lyric, anything could be an Easter egg.
Well, it's both. It's both. Everything's correct.
I'll tell you what it is, and like you said, you nailed it already. It's fun, and it's fun to be with you, and it's fun. We are lucky to be living in a time with Taylor Swift.
It's more than that. It's like, he's just my favorite person I've ever met. No offense to everyone else.
Yeah.
But the fact that this is the person that I get to hang out with every day forever is just like, that's the whole thing of it. You look at that and you're like, I get to hang out with him forever, and this represents that.
Taylor Swift continued her dazzling showgirl era on Monday, captivating fans in a breathtaking silver mini dress during stunning promotional shots for her upcoming Tonight Show appearance. The global pop icon turned every head as she flaunted her radiant confidence beside host Jimmy Fallon, teasing her record-shattering album, The Life of a Showgirl. Engaged to NFL superstar Travis Kelce, Taylor mesmerized in a shimmering off-shoulder masterpiece paired with sky-high platform heels that embodied pure luxury and glamour. Amid her whirlwind of fame, she's ignited global buzz for her 12th studio album, fresh off a headline-making moment on The Graham Norton Show, with another stop slated for Late Night with Seth Meyers. Her iconic blonde locks swept elegantly back, complemented by dazzling silver earrings that reflected her superstar aura. In an emotional revelation, Taylor opened up about reclaiming ownership of her music and her fairy tale engagement to Kelce, blending vulnerability with victory. As the night unfolded, history was made once again. Her latest masterpiece, The Life of a Showgirl, shattered global streaming records across Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon, solidifying her reign as the most powerful woman in modern music. The pop powerhouse unleashed her latest masterpiece on Friday, a vibrant collection of addictive tracks about love, desire, and the intoxicating highs of success, sending fans into a frenzy as they dissected every cryptic lyric. Within hours, the album shattered records, becoming the most streamed project in a single day of 2025 across Spotify and Apple Music. Over on Amazon Music, it rewrote history once again, dethroning her own monumental hit, The Tortured Poets Department. Dominating global charts, The Life of a Showgirl claimed Apple Music's crown as the biggest album of 2025 by first-day streams, while its lead single, The Fate of Oilia, soared to become the platform's most streamed song of the year. The unstoppable Cruel Summer icon continued her reign, conquering iTunes as well with record-breaking first-day sales. In celebration, Apple Music unveiled 3 exclusive Taylor Swift playlists, each capturing the emotional heartbeat of her showgirl journey, before, during, and after the spotlight. Simultaneously, Amazon Music delivered an immersive, track-by-track listening experience, layered with Taylor's own voice and raw reflections, turning each song into a story only she could tell. Fans can now dive into the electrifying new era of Taylor Swift's artistry with exclusive Amazon Music commentary, where the global superstar opens up about tracks like The Fate of Oilia, Elizabeth Taylor, Ruined the Friendship, and the deeply personal father figure. In her reflections, Taylor reveals how The Fate of Oilia intertwines Shakespearean tragedy with modern emotional chaos, while Elizabeth Taylor pays homage to the legendary Hollywood icon who inspired her to embrace fame with grace and fire. She also unpacks Eldest Daughter, a haunting exploration of the tension between public image and private struggle in today's celebrity culture. Before closing the record with The Life of a Showgirl featuring Sabrina Carpenter, an exhilarating tribute to the heart of show business, layered with real crowd noise from her final Eras Tour night in Vancouver. Meanwhile, her fiancé Travis Kelce continues carving his legacy in NFL history, rewriting Kansas City Chiefs records by surpassing Dante Hall's all-time yardage milestone with 12,357 career all-purpose yards. As Taylor and Travis dominate both the music and sports worlds, their power couple influence has become an unstoppable cultural phenomenon. Travis Kelce continues to redefine greatness in Kansas City, shattering multiple franchise records that solidify his place among NFL legends, from 77 career receiving touchdowns to an astonishing 12,151 receiving yards, along with unmatched playoff stats that speak to his dominance on the field. As the Chiefs took on the Jacksonville Jaguars, his proud fiancée, global superstar Taylor Swift, joined mom Donna Kelce in the VIP suite at Everbank Field, celebrating the milestone with pure joy. The Grammy-winning icon, dazzling in her signature showgirl glam, balanced cheering from the stands with gearing up for her high-profile appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon to promote her record-breaking new album, The Life of a Showgirl. Meanwhile, Donna Kelce once again captured hearts as she arrived in Jacksonville wearing a heartfelt tribute to Taylor, a custom Chiefs ensemble, paired with sparkling accessories symbolizing her love and support for the pop icon who has become family. Beyond, proudly donning her son's iconic number 87 Chiefs jersey, Donna Kelce turned heads in the stands with a chic white Swift hat and a glittering stack of friendship bracelets that instantly stole the spotlight, a subtle but powerful nod to her future daughter-in-law's legendary Eras Tour legacy. When cameras panned her way, Jason Kelce and his co-host couldn't help but notice the heartwarming gesture, sparking fan frenzy online. The very same hat, eagle-eyed fans observed, was the one Donna wore just a day earlier at an exclusive Jacksonville celebration for Taylor Swift's record-breaking album, The Life of a Showgirl, where she partied with her brother Don and sister-in-law Joan before visiting Travis at his hotel. It's clear the Kelce matriarch has fully embraced her Swiftie era, showering love and admiration on the fate of Oilia singer, the woman who stole her son's heart. Meanwhile, Taylor, radiant in a shimmering silver off-the-shoulder mini dress with a sculpted ruched bodice and draped neckline, stunned the world yet again, blending Hollywood glamour with romantic devotion in a look that broke the internet. The shimmering fabric of Taylor Swift's sequined silver mini dress caught every flash of light, radiating pure showgirl glamour as she paired it with towering silver platform heels adorned with crystal straps and a bold, chunky heel. The breathtaking ensemble was worn during her highly anticipated appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon at 10:30 p.m., where she continued her dazzling celebration of The Life of a Showgirl, her 12th studio album that dropped on October 3rd. Instantly, the record skyrocketed to the top of Spotify and Apple Music charts, amassing millions of streams within hours of release. Yet, even amid the global success, Taylor remained tirelessly devoted to her fans, gracing the Graham Norton Show in a show-stopping moment on October 3rd to share heartfelt details about her new era and her deeply romantic engagement to NFL icon Travis Kelce. As the world watches her every move, insiders whisper that the pop queen's secret visits to Chiefs games are orchestrated under tight security, adding an air of mystery to the love story captivating millions. Travis Kelce turned heads at Everbank Stadium on Monday night, arriving in effortless style, the same brown and cream ensemble he wore stepping off the plane Sunday, now elevated with a suede jacket draped over his signature duck print shirt. Completing the look with a brown Baker Boy hat, Chelsea boots, and a sleek suede holdall, the NFL superstar embodied quiet luxury and confidence. As the Chiefs prepared to clash with the Jaguars, Travis threw himself fully back into game mode, just 3 days after fiancé Taylor Swift's The Life of a Showgirl set the internet ablaze. Their engagement, announced just before the NFL season, continues to dominate headlines, sparking feverish anticipation for their upcoming wedding. Adding to the excitement, Taylor revealed during her October 6th Tonight show appearance with Jimmy Fallon, while dazzling in a metallic sequined mini dress and glittering platform heels, exactly what Travis said moments before he got down on one knee, leaving fans worldwide breathless with emotion and curiosity. Taylor Swift lit up the Tonight Show stage as she sat down with Jimmy Fallon, her radiant smile rivaled only by the brilliance of the enormous diamond sparkling on her finger. The 34-year-old superstar opened up about her new era-defining album, The Life of a Showgirl, before Fallon, 51, congratulated her on her engagement to NFL icon Travis Kelce. A fairy tale moment 2 years in the making. With pure joy, the Karma hitmaker flaunted her breathtaking engagement ring, rumored to cost between $700,000 and $1 million as Fallon jokingly shielded his eyes from its dazzling glow. Laughing, Taylor confessed she can't stop staring at it, calling it a dream on my hand. Then, with a mix of tenderness and awe, she shared the intimate story of how Travis proposed, right after she finished recording an episode of his New Heights podcast. He looked at me and said, "My heart's racing," Taylor recalled softly. "I've never seen this man nervous." Ever. The Grammy-winning superstar revealed the magical way Travis Kelce turned his home into the most romantic proposal setting imaginable, sharing every breathtaking detail with Jimmy Fallon. "I think for Travis, the podcast was kind of a distraction," Taylor laughed, explaining how her fiancé used his New Heights recording as a clever ruse to keep her from noticing what was happening outside. Fallon leaned in with curiosity, asking if the backyard had looked normal before the proposal, a nod to the stunning photos Taylor later shared of the flower-filled garden where Kelce got down on one knee. Smiling, she recalled, "Every time he does the podcast, he doesn't black out all the windows, but that day, every single window was covered. I was like, he is so serious about this." What Taylor didn't realize was that behind those drapes, Travis was pacing nervously, orchestrating every perfect detail. He kept saying, "My heart is racing. I just want this to be everything you dreamed of." She remembered softly. And honestly, it was. Taylor Swift couldn't hide her joy as she recounted the heart-melting moment Travis Kelce proposed, the kind of cinematic romance only they could create. "He's not a nervous person professionally," she told Jimmy Fallon, laughing. "So when he said, 'Do you want to go walk around the backyard and have a glass of wine?' I knew something was up." As the realization set in, the curtained windows, the soft music, the glow of lights outside, Taylor discovered the breathtaking surprise waiting for her. "It was the best possible case scenario," she said, her voice full of emotion. Gushing about her fiancé, she added, "He's just my favorite person I've ever met. No offense to everyone else. The fact that I get to hang out with him forever, that's everything this ring represents." She smiled, showing off the dazzling custom-designed diamond. "He worked so hard on it," Taylor revealed. "He had it for a really long time before proposing. He designed it himself with an incredible jeweler. It's absolutely gorgeous, just like the story behind it. Even the sides are beautiful," Fallon gasped, his eyes locked on the dazzling ring, and Taylor's radiant smile said it all. "I know," she laughed softly. "I look at it constantly. It doesn't feel normal for me at all." But the night wasn't just about the sparkle on her finger. It was about the fire in her music. Sitting gracefully in her glittering silver mini dress and towering heels, Taylor dove into the story behind her provocative new song Wood, laughing as she admitted, "It started out so innocent. I don't know what happened, but I love this song so much." The audience roared as the Life of a Showgirl star glowed with unfiltered excitement. "I've been carrying this secret for a year," she confessed. "It's like having the perfect Christmas gift for someone you love. You can't wait for them to finally open it." Her joy was palpable, her confidence magnetic. Addressing the critics who compared her new lyrics to her past work, Taylor smiled knowingly. "I'm just in a different place now," she said, voice soft but steady. The sound of a woman who's found her peace, her art, and her forever. "With every album, I love to magnify the extremes of who I am," Taylor confessed, her tone warm yet reflective. "The Tortured Poets department was me at my rawest. The earnest writer, stoic and stripped bare, pouring everything out in excruciating detail. But the life of a showgirl is the other side, the part that's feisty, funny, flirty, and a little scandalous. The audience leaned in as she smiled mischievously. It's about having a blast, being tongue-in-cheek, and embracing the spotlight. Fallon grinned before kicking off a game called 5 Rumors and a Truth, teasing the pop icon with whispers from the internet. Did Taylor Swift turn down the Super Bowl halftime show? Did Ed Sheeran find out about her engagement on Instagram? Did she joke about Selena Gomez beating her to the altar? He asked, reading each one dramatically. As laughter filled the studio, Fallon guessed wrong, thinking the Selena story was true. Taylor's eyes sparkled as she shook her head. Speaking about Selena, Swift revealed, "I got to see her as the most breathtaking, graceful, and radiant bride I've ever laid eyes on. She was an absolute vision, unlike anything I've ever seen before." The singer recalled giving a heartfelt speech at the wedding, but made sure to keep the spotlight entirely on Selena. "Nobody wants you to stand up and be like, 'Hey, I know this is your wedding day, but look at my ring,'" she joked, flashing a playful smile while gesturing toward her stunning engagement sparkler. Swift admitted to some light teasing, reminiscing about their early 2008 days when they first met as teenagers, laughing about their questionable fashion choices from that era. She spoke warmly about how deeply she treasures their friendship, calling it one of the most beautiful connections of her life, adding that she's endlessly proud to have been part of Selena's journey. Taylor then revealed that Selena was actually the last person she texted, before clarifying an unexpected moment. Her friend Ed Sheeran only found out about her engagement through Instagram. When Fallon expressed disbelief, Taylor laughed, explaining, "He doesn't have a phone. So when I'm scrolling through my texts thinking, who should we call or FaceTime, he just isn't there." Swift opened up about her unexpected sourdough bread obsession, charmingly admitting she even baked one for Fallon, who proudly confirmed it on air. Later, the pop icon shared her touching pre-album ritual. The night before every new release, she revisits her previous album, reflecting on how far she's come. That emotional routine seemed to pay off, as the life of a showgirl shattered records across every major streaming platform, cementing her dominance in music history. Released on Friday, the album is a glittering fusion of love, sex, and success, each lyric sparking viral fan theories and emotional dissection online. Within just 24 hours, the record became the most streamed album of 2025 on both Spotify and Apple Music. While on Amazon Music, it broke an all-time record, surpassing her own The Tortured Poets department. As if rewriting the rulebook of modern pop wasn't enough, Taylor's lead single, The Fate of Aaliyah, became Apple Music's biggest song of 2025 by first-day global streams. Meanwhile, the cruel summer hitmaker soared up the iTunes charts, claiming the title of 2025's best-selling album worldwide. Within a single day, a feat that further solidifies her as the ultimate queen of this era's sound and storytelling. To celebrate her record-breaking new album, The Life of a Showgirl, Apple Music curated 3 exclusive Taylor Swift playlists that capture every emotional phase of performance: the anticipation, the spotlight, and the aftermath, blending highlights from her 12th studio release with timeless classics from her career. Meanwhile, Amazon Music unveiled an immersive track-by-track experience featuring Taylor's personal commentary woven between songs like The Fate of Aaliyah, Elizabeth Taylor, Ruin the Friendship, and the Amazon-exclusive father figure, giving fans rare insight into her creative world. In a lighter moment, Taylor revealed that she hilariously roasted her best friend Selena Gomez's early 2000s fashion during a heartfelt wedding speech that moved guests to tears. The Disney alum, 33, recently married producer Benny Blanco in a breathtaking ceremony, and Taylor's emotional yet cheeky tribute became one of the night's most talked-about highlights. During her recent appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Taylor reflected on that unforgettable moment. Blending humor, nostalgia, and love in a way only she can, Taylor also clarified that, despite rumors she joked about Selena beating her to the altar, she intentionally avoided mentioning her engagement to Travis Kelce during her speech. Instead, she reminisced about their early friendship, laughing as she recalled their 2008 fashion choices, the year they met as teenagers. "It was quite a year," she said warmly, before reflecting on how deeply grateful she felt to witness Selena's stunning transformation into the most elegant, gorgeous, breathtaking bride she had ever seen. Gushing with admiration, Taylor described the wedding as a moment of pure beauty and love. Speaking of Selena's new husband, she added with a smile, "Benny is him. He's hilarious. He's the best." The two pop icons have shared an unbreakable bond since meeting through Nick and Joe Jonas back in 2008, when, as Selena once told Kiss FM UK, "We actually dated the Jonas Brothers together. It was hysterical." She fondly remembered Taylor as the girl with the big curly hair, all the bracelets, and cowboy boots, recalling how they instantly clicked and built a friendship that has only grown stronger through fame, love, and time. "It was honestly the best thing we got out of those relationships," Taylor once said of her lifelong friendship with Selena. A Bond fans are now celebrating all over again after a newly surfaced video from Gomez's wedding went viral. In the clip, Swift is seen marveling over the radiant bride as Selena's veil is adjusted before a mirror, her voice trembling with emotion. "Are you even serious right now?" Taylor gasps, filming on her phone as she gushes, "What?" Look at her. Oh my god, a glowing Selena, dressed in a silk pajama top and white slip dress, smiles and softly replies, "I'm so happy I'm getting married finally." The touching moment sent Swifties and Selenators alike into a frenzy, flooding social media with emotional tributes celebrating the duo's unbreakable sisterhood. One fan wrote, "The way you always show up for each other. Queens supporting queens forever." Gomez later shared the clip on Instagram, captioning it with heartfelt words to her best friend. "In honor of Showgirl, blessed to have you by my side, almost 20 years later. Gator, I love you." The post not only melted hearts worldwide, but also beautifully tied their friendship to Taylor's new era. The life of a showgirl, a testament to love, loyalty, and women lifting each other up through every stage of life. The carousel of photos captured Taylor Swift shimmering in a breathtaking peach sequin gown, every sparkle reflecting the glow of friendship and love. In one playful frame, she leaned in with a cocktail as Selena Gomez puckered up beside her, both radiating pure joy, while another image froze a heart-melting hug beneath twinkling lights that turned the evening into a fairy tale. Swift was also seen filming the bride getting ready, her soft laughter blending with the quiet magic before Selena's walk down the aisle. Though it's unclear if Taylor officially served as a bridesmaid, she embraced every sacred role of one, from holding back tears to delivering a soul-stirring speech that left the crowd breathless. The celebration began Friday, when Taylor joined Hollywood's elite, including Martin Short and Steve Martin, for an intimate rehearsal dinner at Hope Ranch, a mansion glowing with candlelight. But it was on Saturday night, along the palm-lined cliffs of Santa Barbara's Ceres Nursery, where Swift's emotional tribute unfolded beside the crashing Pacific. Her voice trembled with love as she spoke, words so beautiful they drew tears from even the most composed guests. And from Selena herself, who clutched her bouquet, overcome by the power of a friendship that has stood the test of fame, heartbreak, and time. During her heartfelt speech, Taylor Swift opened up about the unbreakable bond she shares with Selena Gomez, reflecting on how they've weathered every storm, from heartbreaks to triumphs, side by side. She spoke tenderly of the countless nights spent healing each other after love gone wrong, reminding guests that through every shattered romance, they always found strength in their friendship. Known for turning her own heartbreaks into chart-topping anthems, Swift told the crowd that Selena only found true love with Benny Blanco when she finally embraced her own worth and chose to love herself first. Taylor called the couple a perfect match, a harmony written in fate after years of Selena's emotional roller coaster with Justin Bieber. She added that in all their years of friendship, she had never seen Selena radiate such genuine happiness. A source close to the event shared that Taylor's voice quivered as she called Selena her sister, saying that while Selena often looked up to her, Taylor had learned just as much from her younger friend's resilience and heart. Later, during an interview on Sirius XM's The Morning Mashup, the pop icon couldn't contain her joy, calling the wedding a dream and gushing. Not just the most beautiful bride, but the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm just so proud of her. She truly deserves every bit of this happiness. And you only wish that kind of love for people you care about, Taylor Swift said warmly before addressing one of the most viral rumors surrounding her, that she plans to retire from music after marrying fiancé Travis Kelce. During a candid chat on BBC Radio 2's Scott Mills' breakfast show, host Scott Mills, 51, nervously asked the Opalite singer, 35, if her record-breaking album The Life of a Showgirl would be her last. "Taylor, don't tell me this is your final album," he urged. Swift, visibly surprised, laughed and replied, What? No! Mills explained that fans believed she would step away from the spotlight to focus on marriage and motherhood once she ties the knot with the Kansas City Chiefs superstar. Shaking her head, Taylor called the theory shockingly offensive, adding, "That's not why people get married, to quit their job. Music isn't a phase for me. It's who I am." As the pop icon spoke, her tone shifted from disbelief to passion, reaffirming her commitment to her art and her audience. Mills noted that fans tend to panic sometimes, to which Taylor affectionately agreed. Smiling, "They do love to panic." She then gushed about her fiancé, saying, "The coolest thing about Travis is that he loves what I do. He loves that I'm fulfilled by creating. And because he's so passionate about his own career, it makes our connection even stronger. There's no moment where Travis Kelce would ever say, 'I'm upset you're still making music,' because from the beginning, he fell in love with Taylor Swift because of her art, not in spite of it." Laughing off the idea that marriage could end her career, the global pop icon called the theory shockingly offensive, explaining that love should fuel passion, not silence it. She revealed how perfectly their worlds align, describing how they both dedicate their lives to performing in massive NFL stadiums. Her stage is his field. Her rehearsals mirror his practices, and her shows echo his games. "We just call them different things," she said, her voice filled with pride. Taylor described how both of them thrive on teamwork, drive, and the electric thrill of performance, making their connection not just romantic, but deeply artistic. Their shared respect for ambition and excellence is what binds them. On August 26th, the power couple announced their engagement, sharing breathtaking photos from Travis's magical backyard. Proposal that instantly set the internet ablaze with emotion and admiration. During her lively appearance on the Gram, Norton's show on October 3rd, the same day her record-shattering album dropped. Taylor Swift revealed that Travis Kelce absolutely nailed the proposal, pulling off a breathtaking, movie-worthy moment. The pop superstar shared that her fiancé secretly hired her Eras Tour photographer to hide behind hedges he'd specially installed in his backyard, ensuring every emotional second was immortalized. When asked about whether her upcoming wedding or her record-breaking tour would have the bigger production value, Swift laughed with her signature charm and replied, "Oh my gosh, one thing at a time." She explained that for now, she's simply overjoyed by the idea of marrying the love of her life. "I'm just so stoked that I get to marry this person," she gushed, radiating pure happiness. "I'll think about all the planning later. Right now, I just want to live in this moment and share my music with the world." During her whirlwind press tour for her chart-topping new album, Taylor Swift opened up about her real-life fairy tale romance with Kansas City Chiefs superstar Travis Kelce, giving fans a rare glimpse behind the headlines. The couple first sparked global attention in the fall of 2023, when Swift was spotted cheering from a VIP suite at Arrowhead Stadium during one of Kelce's biggest wins. After the Chiefs crushed the Bears 41-10, the two were seen cruising away in a vintage maroon 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS convertible, a cinematic moment that instantly went viral. Speaking with Apple Music's Zane Lowe, the pop icon reflected on that now iconic image and revealed how her family reacted, laughing, "You sound like my family right now. Every one of them was like, 'All we want is that for you.'" Swift went on to explain how carefully she's had to navigate fame, admitting that in her world, "You really have to think your way around every single thing you say before you say it," Swift confessed. "When I met Travis, I finally felt like I could just be a person again, someone allowed to have romantic whims, wild dreams, and real love." That very emotion pulses through her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, released last Friday, a dazzling fusion of passion and vulnerability that paints Kelce as both muse and mystery. Several of the album's sultrier, riskier tracks are rumored to be inspired by their electric connection, echoing the chemistry fans first saw when Swift announced the project on the New Heights podcast, hosted by the Kelce brothers, a moment later immortalized in one of her songs. Weeks after the announcement, Swift and Kelce confirmed their engagement, setting the stage for what's already being called the wedding of the decade. But this weekend didn't just belong to love. It belonged to Taylor Swift and the record books. The Life of a Showgirl stormed charts, dominated social media, and shattered expectations, while her cinematic event, Taylor Swift, the official release party of a showgirl, stunned Hollywood by grossing $34 million domestically, soaring past Leonardo DiCaprio's One Battle and Dwayne Johnson's The Smashing Machine, which trailed with $11 million and $6 million, respectively. As we reported in Sunday's box office breakdown, Swift's cinematic triumph drew staggering numbers with barely 2 weeks' notice, and a marketing blitz powered almost entirely by her own social media empire, a masterclass in modern celebrity influence. Yet even amid the showgirl mania, fans haven't forgotten what's still on the horizon, her long-awaited directorial debut. First announced in 2022, the project marks Swift's bold partnership with Searchlight Pictures, Disney's acclaimed prestige studio behind Black Swan and The Favorite. While plot details remain tightly under wraps, Swift has hinted that her screenplay weaves elements of sharp-witted comedy and soul-stirring drama, reflecting her signature duality as both poet and provocateur. When the deal was revealed, Searchlight hailed her as a once-in-a-generation storyteller, igniting a frenzy of anticipation. Though the project was briefly sidelined by the unstoppable rise of her Eras tour, sources confirmed earlier this year that acclaimed screenwriter Alice Birch, Lady Macbeth, the Wonder was brought in to refine the script, signaling that Swift's feature film, her next cultural earthquake, is still very much in motion. Insiders insist that no one but Taylor Swift will ever touch the screenplay. Though sources at Searchlight Pictures reveal the studio remains in quiet anticipation, waiting for the megastar to make her next move. Both Swift's camp and Searchlight declined comment, fueling intrigue around when she'll finally shift focus back to the project. Hope still burns that her long-awaited directorial debut could soon come to life. While making global headlines promoting the life of a showgirl, Swift confessed she won't tour again soon, admitting to BBC Radio, "I'm so tired just thinking about it. I'd only do it if I could do it perfectly." Fans hung on every word, sensing something bigger brewing behind the scenes. A full-scale Swift feature would be a seismic win for Disney's cinematic empire, given her 2023 Eras Tour concert film shattered expectations with $260 million in box office revenue through a direct AMC partnership. Disney later seized worldwide streaming rights for Disney+, reportedly paying an astonishing $75 million, proving once again that everything Taylor touches turns to gold. And for those whispering that Taylor Swift might fade into cozy domesticity once she weds, NFL star Travis Kelce, rumored to happen this year, think again, because tradwife Taylor isn't coming to TikTok anytime soon. In a candid BBC radio chat, the global icon called the idea of retiring after marriage shockingly offensive, adding that she loves her fiancé because he loves what I do and how fulfilled I am by creating art and music. Meanwhile, the Kansas City Chiefs legend, 35, proved to be the ultimate supportive partner, gushing over Swift's record-breaking 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, on his New Heights podcast. "Let's just give it up for Taylor real quick," Travis told his brother Jason. "She's done it again. She's literally tilted the world." His voice carried pride as he continued, "It's been amazing watching her crush every interview, every talk show. She's looked incredible, sounded unreal, and this album? It's absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't heard it yet, go listen to The Life of a Showgirl right now." The viral clip from New Heights quickly set the internet ablaze, captioned, "Jason is so good at asking Travis the questions everyone wants to know." When pressed about Taylor Swift's bold new song, Travis tilted his head back with a knowing laugh, leaving fans breathless for his full reaction. Set to drop Wednesday, October 8th, the NFL star, who announced his engagement to Swift in a joint Instagram post on August 26th, has become deeply intertwined with the life of a showgirl in more ways than one. Just weeks earlier, on August 12th, he helped Swift unveil the album herself during her headline-making appearance on New Heights, alongside his brother and co-host, Jason Kels. The big reveal came in a midnight teaser at exactly 12:12 a.m., a number now iconic among fans, when Swift, with a playful grin, asked Jason, "Can I show you something?" As he leaned forward curiously, she revealed a mint green briefcase embossed with TS. Jason's eyes widened as he replied, "Okay, what do we got?" And Swift, smiling knowingly, whispered, "Yep." When Jason asked what was inside the sleek mint green briefcase, Taylor Swift revealed her brand new album, The Life of a Showgirl, affectionately dubbed TS12. Travis Kelce couldn't hide his excitement, as in the full episode released the next day, Swift unveiled the dazzling mint green and sparkly orange cover art alongside 12 brand new tracks that define her radiant showgirl era. Fans immediately began decoding hidden Easter eggs, convinced Travis himself was the muse behind several songs. During the podcast, the NFL star admitted he'd already listened to the entire album, teasing that he keeps poking the bear by replaying it nonstop. "It's got those pop beats she promised," he said. "But it's still so poetic. Her melodies, her references, it's just magic." Laughing, he confessed, "I've been dancing through the house," before finally revealing his favorite track, Opalite. "Every time it comes on, I catch myself smiling." With a grin, he promised listeners that the life of a showgirl will make you move, while Swift prepared to spill even more intimate details about her engagement and that jaw-dropping ring, while appearing on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon on Monday. October 6th, 35-year-old The Life of a Showgirl musician Taylor Swift revealed that her fiancé, Travis Kelce, had held onto her engagement ring for a significant time before proposing. When Fallon asked if Kelce, 36, put considerable effort into selecting the perfect ring, Swift responded, "He did, and he had it for a really long time before giving it to me. He customized the design with an incredible jeweler, crafting it perfectly." Fallon, 51, gushed, "It's gorgeous. Even the sides are beautiful." Swift beamed, adding, "I look at it constantly. It doesn't feel normal for me at all. I'm just like, whoa." But beyond the sparkle, she revealed the deeper sentiment. "He's just my favorite person I've ever met. No offense to anyone else, but the fact that this is the person I get to spend every day with forever, that's everything. You look at it and think, I get to hang out with him forever, and this ring represents that," Swift gushed. Fallon then asked if it was true that Kelce proposed right after they recorded the record-breaking episode of his New Heights podcast, where her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, was announced. "Yeah, so basically, for Travis, the podcast was a distraction. A kind of ruse to keep me from looking out the windows," Swift explained, revealing how Kelce had installed blackout drapes on every window while setting up the engagement backdrop in his backyard. "I was like, he is so serious about this, and I really appreciate that," she continued, describing the podcast recording. Afterwards, she realized he was walking around nervously. "He's like, my heart is racing. I know how much this means to you. I really want this to be what you hoped it would be." Because we had been talking about doing the podcast and announcing the album, She's like, "My heart is racing and I've never seen this dude nervous ever. He's professionally not a nervous person," Swift recalled. Of course, Fallon chimed in, "He's not nervous about the podcast. He's like, I wonder what questions I'm going to ask you. I know one big one, but I can't get to that yet," Fallon added excitedly, leaping from his desk. Swift then shared how Kelce asked if she wanted to stroll around the backyard with a glass of wine. "I'm like, I'm always going to want to do that. Then I realized exactly why all the windows were curtained and why he was nervous, and it was the best possible scenario," she said. Fallon held up a photo of the couple's floral-filled engagement. "Look at that," Swift gushed. "That's what he was turning the backyard into, a secret garden oasis." Swift and Kelce announced their engagement on August 26th, just 13 days after the podcast episode aired. The couple first began dating in 2023. Staying on wedding topics, Swift also reflected on attending longtime friend Selena Gomez's recent wedding to music producer Benny Blanco. "I got to see her be the most elegant, gorgeous, not only bride, but just a vision I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anything so beautiful as her on her wedding day," Swift gushed about the September 27th nuptials. She also revealed that during her speech to Gomez, she intentionally avoided mentioning her own engagement to keep the spotlight entirely on the bride. "I actually made a point not to mention anything about my engagement," Swift said. "No one wants you to be like, hey, I know this is your wedding day," she added, raising her hand to show off her ring. Instead, Swift focused on reminiscing about meeting Gomez for the first time in 2008. "I did some light teasing about the way we used to dress in 2008, the year that we met," she explained. "So I talked a little about 2008, how happy I am for her, and how beautiful it's been to be part of her life. But I did not make it about me." Recently, she's been making the rounds on interview shows to promote her new hit album, The Life of a Showgirl. But Taylor Swift enjoyed a rare night off on Tuesday, stepping out for dinner in New York City with her longtime friend, comedian Jared Carmichael. The 35-year-old pop superstar stunned in a chic plaid miniskirt paired with a sleek black sweater that perfectly showcased her trim figure. She highlighted her long, toned legs with a pair of tall, tan leather boots and accessorized with a small Christian Dior handbag, gold bracelets, and a slim luxury wrist. That's my best friend. Taylor's my best friend, Carmichael grinned, showing a photo of the pair from last winter's NFL postseason game. He added with a laugh, "Well, I'm not her best friend, but she's definitely my best friend." Reflecting on the friendship, he joked, "Can you think of a better friend than Taylor Swift? I called my former best friend and I was like, 'You're out. Taylor's in. You never invited me on your jet to a game.' She's smart, interesting, and genuinely incredible." Intrigued by how the friendship began, Kimmel asked if Taylor had called him directly to join a game. Carmichael replied, "Yeah, she did, and she knows more about football than I do." She even taught him some gridiron tactics, prompting Carmichael to joke, "Yeah, I'm the girlfriend in that situation." He continued with humor, anticipating YouTube headlines. "I can already see it. Jared Carmichael says Taylor Swift's his best friend." Actually, it'll probably read, "Taylor Swift, Jared Carmichael's best friend." Like, don't do that to me. It needs to be something else. "I do love it, though," Taylor admitted during her outing, reflecting on her musical journey. The comments came shortly after she revealed updates on another highly anticipated project. Following her re-recorded versions of several early albums, fans have been eagerly awaiting Reputation, Taylor's version, which would have been the final album originally part of the masters acquired by her longtime nemesis, Scooter Braun. However, Taylor appears unhurried to release the re-recorded edition, signaling that fans may need to wait longer as she focuses on creating new music. Appearing on The Rula and Ryan Show, Taylor first basked in the love for the divisive LP, saying, "It's pretty exciting because that always was the album where I felt like it didn't really get a fair swing." She gushed, "Now that people are like, we love that album, we want more of it. It's lovely, it's wonderful." But she dashed many fans' hopes with a candid note. "There's nothing coming from Reputation anytime soon." Taylor explained she is prioritizing living in the moment rather than dwelling on the past. "This is so funny because we just had a new album come out, and I am so in that moment, and I think this moment is a pretty fantastic one," Taylor shared, radiating excitement. She added, "So what I would invite my fans to do is just be here with me. Be here with me on this album because this album is fantastic, and we're all having so much fun." Since its release, The Life of a Showgirl has shattered streaming records, marking Swift's biggest debut yet. The pop superstar previously gave fans hope that a re-recorded Reputation, Taylor's version, might arrive back in May when she debuted. Look What You Made Me Do, Taylor's version, on an episode of The Handmaid's Tale. However, it remains unclear how much of the album has been re-recorded, as Taylor has expressed some hesitation about revisiting it. Notably, she curated several tracks from Reputation into a personal playlist of inspirations ahead of her new release. Look What You Made Me Do was already re-recorded, as it was among the handful of Reputation songs created with her longtime producer and collaborator Jack Antonoff, who contributed to several subsequent albums but did not work on her latest project. However, the bulk of Reputation was recorded with pop powerhouses Max Martin and Shellback, who had opted out of the earlier re-recordings of Taylor's past hits but returned to collaborate on The Life of a Showgirl. Their renewed involvement opens the door for potential future re-recordings of the Reputation tracks they originally produced with Taylor. Meanwhile, Swift made her first appearance on Kylie Kelsey's Not Gonna Lie podcast, delivering an intimate, must-hear conversation between two of America's most talked-about sisters-in-law. The discussion covered the excitement of her latest album, life after Travis Kelce's proposal, and plans for the future, including her highly anticipated wedding. The episode featured an adorable interruption when her nieces Wyatt, Elliot, and Beneath waved hello, followed by shoutouts to Mom and Finley. "I promised to keep this casual, and now I'm wearing like 7 layers of confidence and zero ability to be quiet," Taylor joked, as Kylie greeted her warmly. "Hi, Auntie Tay, welcome to Not Gonna Lie." "How are you, sister?" Kylie asked. Taylor, grinning ear to ear, replied, "Hi, Kylie, I'm Taylor. I'm not gonna lie, I love that opener. I'm so happy to be here. It's nice to not be the one starting a concert with 50,000 people screaming. This feels very, very cozy." Before she could continue, her nieces, Wyatt, Elliot, and Benneth, burst in, waving enthusiastically at Kylie's camera. "Hi, Auntie." "Hi, Taylor." "Hi, Uncle Trav." They chorused, eager to see their favorite aunt. Wyatt leaned closest to the microphone and shouted proudly, "We miss you, Mommy! Finley too!" The delightful chaos forced Kylie to pause the recording momentarily. Taylor laughed warmly. "I miss you all more, especially those very loud drum solos, Wyatt." Elliot waved both hands excitedly. "Hi, Taylor. Did you bring snacks?" Kylie whispered with a grin. "We accept snacks by carrier, pigeon, or courier, whichever is faster." Bennett bounced joyfully on Kylie's knee, squealing, "Hey, sing the kitty song." Taylor, playful and radiant, teased back, "Only if you promise not to teach it to Uncle Trav as a touchdown dance." Wyatt, all seriousness, leaned into the mic, whispering, "Tell Mommy to come home soon." Taylor's voice softened with warmth. "I will, baby. Big hugs tonight, virtually and for real. I promise." Kylie, adopting a mock announcer voice, declared to the camera, "Breaking news. Nice takeover of not going to lie. We have no objections." Taylor beamed, officially the best kind of takeover. Wyatt, insistent, piped up, "Uncle Trav, do you have cookies?" Travis, off mic and sheepish, admitted, "Only if you promise not to tell Taylor I ate 3. Taylor, eyes melting with affection, urged the girls, "Tell Aunt Kylie your favorite thing about today?" Elliot twirled in playful dress-up. Bennett bounced with boundless energy, and Wyatt hugged Aunt Taylor through the phone. Kylie, pretending sternness while smiling, addressed the tiny jurors. "All right, verdict on Aunt Taylor. Guilty of stealing our hearts. Any objections?" Wyatt squinted with mock judicial gravitas. "Nope. Case closed." Taylor waved, puckered, and gushed, "I love you, little troublemakers. Save me a bedtime story, and maybe one extra cookie. A bedtime story." Wyatt, already scheming, declared, "We'll save 2. One for Auntie, one for Finley." Kylie leaned toward Taylor with a conspiratorial whisper. "You just earned yourself honorary PTO, unlimited tickle time, and story duty." Taylor laughed. "Delighted, I accept. Terms, sing-along mandatory." Bennett shouted gleefully, "Bye, Auntie." Taylor waved, "Bye, sweetheart." Dream of sparkly things and silly dances. Wyatt, solemn, added, "Tell Mommy we made art." Kylie closed warmly, "Thanks for popping in, Tay. The nieces are officially on your fan club roster for life." Taylor, honored, grinned, "Tell Uncle Trav to practice his bedtime song. He's got big shoes to fill." Kylie, in her cozy domestic vibe, teased, "We should have had you bring a guitar and a casserole, but instead we'll do gossip and plan some things. Your TS12 album, I pre-ordered as soon as the link landed. How does it feel to have it out in the world?" Taylor reflected, "It's always a little surreal. Releasing an album is like setting a bunch of tiny paper lanterns on a river and hoping the current is friendly. This one feels extra personal and also lighter. I don't know. There's a lot of humor and a lot of nostalgia. I've already made a very long playlist titled Taylor Mornings, which is a true public service. So, life after the big ring, how surreal is it? Is everything now sparkly napkins and choreographed grocery runs?" Taylor laughs. "If only. It's less overnight fairy tale, more like a tiny permanent sleepover with the most loyal teammate. You know when you have a crazy schedule and finally get a weekend that feels like a real weekend? That's what it's like, but times 1,000. There's this new layer of calm. Even when we're swamped, I just feel we're firmly on the same team. Team Kelsey Swift. That's merch. Speaking of teamwork, does Travis still insist on proofreading your liner notes, or is he more of a casual, hands-off fiancé? He's more of a "can I try one lyric" kind of fiancé, she admits. He'll listen to a chorus and go, "That's a song I'd yell if I scored a touchdown," which is the highest compliment he can give. And sourdough, absolutely. He brings snacks to every recording session like a wildly enthusiastic catering manager. Sounds like a keeper. Okay, wedding talk. You know I love weddings. I follow brides on Instagram like a detective. Are you thinking small and magical, or big and theatrical? Backyard band with a bounce house? Taylor, playful gasp. "Kylie, Kelsey, do not invite inflatable attractions under my floral arch." But honestly, we're leaning towards something intimate and intentionally joyful. Family heavy, music heavy, with maybe an unreasonably long playlist of songs that make my dad cry, which is the unofficial sport of my family. Kylie, "Dad cry playlist, submitted." Jason will contribute 3 songs about sausages or something, and Mahomes will bring the halftime show. Taylor laughing, imagining Jason's grill anthem already echoing in her head. But seriously, I want the people who raised us, who get every inside joke, to be there. Full transparency, she's obsessed with handwritten vows, marveling at the human intimacy of slow handwriting in an autoplay world. Yes, slow handwriting and gluten-free cupcakes for the table. Perfect, she adds. Now, Marie Kondo style, which wedding planning details spark joy and which ignite the kind of irritation that makes you draft an all-caps email? Taylor grins. The florals, the songs, curating a playlist that spares anyone over 40 from embarrassment. Pure joy. The irritation? A million tiny decisions that somehow feel like they decide the arc of human history. Napkin color, Kylie. Napkin color can bring people to their knees. It's a sacred hill I will defend with my life. And of course, has Travis mastered her signature slow dance stage move? That perfect angle, that fleeting, floating moment, the magic only they can sell. He's working on it, trying to turn it into a touchdown celebration, which Taylor finds endearingly enthusiastic. There are hidden choreography gems. A little shoulder shimmy he thinks is romantic, she thinks is adorable. As a mom and snack connoisseur, Taylor shares her latest tour food discoveries for Travis. Still a devoted sourdough fan, but recently, she's tempted him with artisanal granola bars he sneakily devours in the locker at midnight. Lights off like a teenager. Kylie, the honorary clerk of Midnight Granola, nods approvingly. Speaking of teamwork, how do they juggle two high-profile careers? Taylor commands massive arenas, Travis dominates stadiums, and she manages colossal soccer tantrums at home. Privacy and boundaries are sacred. They've carved out zones to maintain intimacy amid their whirlwind lives. Public zone, family zone, and the sacred. Absolutely unrecordable living room dinosaur dance zone. Taylor and Travis have mastered curating what they share with the world versus what stays theirs. Humor is their secret weapon. Laughing at life's absurdity keeps it light. Kylie nods, noting laughter and dinosaur dances heal mixed emotions. Then comes the big question. Honeymoon stage or planning? Taylor dreams of a secret island escape with coconuts, but also craves the slow rhythm of home, maybe a brief abroad adventure followed by domestic bliss. She treasures small rituals as much as grand gestures. Learning a recipe together, failing spectacularly, counts as a romantic adventure. Kylie mocks serious, recipe failure is marriage lore. And if you need a crash course on getting a toddler to nap while dad perfects touchdown dances, she's your guide. Taylor smiles, the oracle of bedtime rituals. I love the idea of a 3-song buffer before we cut the cake. People can savor the last bite without missing a beat. Taylor beams. Kylie's final thought. What advice for newly engaged couples juggling life's endless obligations? Taylor's eyes light up. Keep curiosity alive. Ask each other quirky, tiny questions weekly, like, what childhood smell makes you nostalgic? She adds, it's incredible what you discover when you schedule exploration. Prioritize ridiculous dates. At least once a month, do something delightfully silly to remember joy is allowed. Curiosity, scheduled silliness, and napkin-color democracy. That's the headline. Kylie laughs. Taylor, thank you for your honesty and for sprinkling soothing band-aids on wedding planning. I adore you, Taylor replies warmly. And for the record, if napkins are debated, I'll bring samples, Kylie grins. Imagining the ultimate napkin summit with food, granola, and a slow dance rehearsal featuring Travis's legendary touchdown shimmy. Earlier, Jason Kelce revealed a handful of favorite tracks from Taylor Swift's latest album, The Life of a Showgirl. But the question lingered, which song resonated most with his wife, Kylie Kelce? During the Wednesday, October 8th episode of their New Heights podcast, Jason, 37, and his brother Travis Kelce, 36, offered glowing track-by-track praise for Swift's record, which officially dropped Friday, October 3rd. She's done it again, Travis gushed, thrilled by fans' reactions and the album's instant buzz. Jason admitted it had been a while since he'd listened to a full album from start to finish, singling out Opalite as a standout, noting its subtle reminder of a Christmas carol. After highlighting his affection for eldest daughter, Jason finally unveiled Kylie's top pick. Kylie listened to that first. She's the one who kind of told me to go back and listen to that one, he explained, adding with a smile, I follow along with the lyrics because sometimes I need to do that to fully appreciate it. But Jason emphasized that the sentiment behind that track is truly fantastic, giving Taylor Swift, 35, props for her clever lyricism and authentic depiction of real-life relationships. I just want you to have a couple of kids, got the whole block looking like you. Swift sings in the chorus, a playful yet heartfelt image that captures family dreams and private joy. Jason explained on the podcast that Kylie, with whom he shares 4 daughters, deeply connected with the lyrics. "She's not materialistic. She's never been," he added, highlighting the song's relatability. Swift debuted her 12th album during her New Heights appearance in August, and Travis described all 12 tracks as bangers. "I'm so proud of it. It comes from the most infectiously joyful, wild, dramatic place I was in my life," Swift shared about the inspiration behind the record. "And so that effervescence has come through on this album." Later, on another episode of New Heights, Travis revealed that Opalite had become his personal favorite. Opalite had become He gushed over his soon-to-be wife's creative brilliance on Wednesday, carefully deflecting any personal credit. "I'm just the lucky man who gets to be the support system for Taylor while she drops one of the coolest albums I've ever listened to," he told Jason on the podcast. "I'm excited for her. I'm happy for her. Everything seems to have gone perfectly. All this planning and seeing it from start to finish. I'm just happy as hell for her because she's happy with it. She's proud of this." While he shied away from the spotlight, there's no denying Travis left his mark on the album, particularly on the track Wood, which references his redwood tree. "It's a great song," he teased Wednesday while playing coy when Jason asked which part of his body inspired the lyrics. "I think you're not understanding the song." "No way." Travis Kelce stayed remarkably humble, even as several of Taylor Swift's new songs celebrate him. "You are a main creative muse for this whole project," Jason remarked during the Wednesday, October 8th episode of New Heights. At 36, Travis grew slightly uncomfortable with the praise, quickly redirecting the focus back to his fiancée and her record-breaking new album. "The life of a showgirl. I'm just the lucky man who gets to be, the support system for Taylor while she drops one of the coolest albums I've ever listened to that the world has seen," the Kansas City Chiefs star said. "I'm excited for her. I'm happy for her. Everything seems to have gone perfectly. All this planning," he added, "you see it from start to finish." She started this project in the middle of her tour in Europe, watching it all unfold, connecting the dots from strategic planning to how the album would look, then listening to the music and seeing it all come together. Travis reflected on the period after Swift 35 declared the record finished. "From that point on, it's like her and her label are working tirelessly to make this one of the biggest releases of all time," he continued. "I'm just happy as hell because she's happy with it. She's proud of this. And obviously, I'm proud of her for navigating the hoops to live out her dreams." Swift dropped The Life of a Showgirl on Friday, October 3rd, and as always, fans dove headfirst into decoding every lyric across all 12 tracks, uncovering multiple songs inspired by Travis. One track in particular, titled Wood, had listeners clutching their pearls, echoing the sentiment of another Swift classic, as Jason joked Wednesday about Travis's magic wand. "Forgive me if it sounds cocky or heated, but it opened my eyes," Swift sings in the chorus, referencing the redwood tree and love as a key that unlocked intimacy. The pop superstar elaborated on the track's origins during her Monday, October 6th appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. "I brought this into the studio wanting a throwback, timeless-sounding song," Swift explained. "I had this idea about I ain't gotta knocking on wood with all these superstitions. It started so innocently." She added, "I don't know what happened, man. We started vibing, and somehow it got here. But I love the song so much." Swift has discussed Wood at nearly every stop on her Life of a Showgirl press tour, yet only one interview revealed her mom Andrea's reaction to the track. "I think she thinks that song is about superstitions," Swift quipped during SiriusXM's The Morning Mashup on Monday, which it